Hi there Reefers, welcome back to another episode of Dreaming Reef. So for today we will be doing a topic on our 2020 top 5 beginner corals. So the reason why I'm actually doing this 2020 top 5 beginner corals, right, is because that as you know, as time goes by, us reefers are getting much more knowledgeable compared to many years ago. Our equipments are also getting more advanced and we are actually getting more tech savvy as the year goes by. So this is why I feel that it's a good time to actually refresh our top 5 2020 beginner corals. Number 5 on our top 5 beginner coral list is actually the Toadstool coral. So the Toadstool is part of the ladle family. So we talk a bit about lighting. These guys actually can tolerate in all types of light from high to low. And in terms of flow, I don't really have an issue with putting them in a high flow area or even a low flow area. Just try not to put them in too low flow because ladles tend to shed. So if you don't give them a good moderate amount of flow, they don't really tend to be able to shed off that ladle skin. Depending on your tank, sometimes if it's about a month or 2 months, they will usually do that. So the reason why this coral is part of the top 5 list, it's because ladles are actually very forgiving in terms of water parameters. These guys usually can tolerate all kinds of water parameters. They are very hardy, and why I choose the Toadstool, right, is because they add a lot of movement to a beginner tank. Our number 4 spot goes to the Euphyllia coral. So the reason why it's Euphyllia, right? So we talk a bit about lighting. So first up, Euphyllias will prefer medium to low light. So I've seen Euphyllias in high light and they tend to bleach out very easily. And in terms of flow, right, Euphyllias, aside from your torch, the hammer, the frog spawn actually do prefer medium to low flow area. So same like all the LPSs, you don't really want to put them in too high flow because of their very flashy flash, right? If you put these guys in too high flow, what happens? It tends to actually rip the flesh out of the skeleton, or you may even injure the flesh or the polyp extension of your Euphyllia. So I do recommend them to actually put them a bit lower in your display. So you have a spot in the middle all the way to the bottom. Euphyllias definitely will thrive in this area. You don't want to try to put them too high, and you don't want to try to put them at a very dark spot. So I also observed that when you put Euphyllias in a lower flow area, right, these guys tend to puff up a lot more, and they actually look a lot prettier compared to when you put them in a high flow. So why are they in our top 4 list is because Euphyllias are one of the LPSs that is actually same thing. They are very forgiving to water parameters. These guys tend to thrive even though you don't have the best water condition, right? These guys will still do well in your reef tank. So they are actually a very nice beginner coral. And Euphyllias do come in a lot of different colors. They have the greens all the way to the blues to the golds, yeah, and a lot more crazy other colors that I've seen. And the good thing about them is, like the Toadstool, right, these guys actually provides a lot of movement in your tank. So for a new tank, if you have a couple of Euphyllias inside there, right, it actually really brings the entire tank alive. And with a very nice low moderate flow, you can actually see your entire tank pulsing here and there, which actually adds up to a very beautiful display in your tank. On our number 3 list, we have the Blastomusas. So Blastomusas are by far one of my favorite LPSs because they are very low in lighting and very low in flow requirement. So this is one coral to actually place them very nicely at a lot of secluded spots where remaining other coral do not thrive at. So Blastomusas has recently come into a trend. These guys nowadays comes in a lot of different colors and varieties, and they do add up nicely in spots where most corals couldn't thrive. Our number 2 on the top 5 beginner coral list goes to the mushroom coral. So mushroom corals, let's talk a bit about the water parameters and what they prefer. So most mushroom corals will prefer low lighting, low flow. So we talk a bit about why is it low lighting, low flow. Firstly, I've seen mushrooms actually bleach out really quickly when you put them under too high light. And the reason why low flow is because if you guys have kept mushrooms before, right, try putting them in high flow areas. They tend to detach very easily from their rock or their fried plugs, and they will end up drifting everywhere and you will lose them pretty quickly, especially when you first put them in a new tank. They tend to detach and just float away. So mushrooms are our number 2 in our list, right? It's because that mushroom recent years have been going up a huge trend. So big thanks to the jawbreakers and the recent bounce mushrooms. So bounce mushrooms are by far one of my favorites next to the jawbreakers, because these guys recent years, right, they come in a lot of crazy colors combination, and the bounce mushroom in the past few years has been going really crazy. You have seen a lot of different types of bounce mushrooms circulating in our hobby trade, and they are by far one of the collector's coral right now in the hobby itself. So if you guys can have a good mushroom collection, right, it will really stand out in a whole reef display. Our number 1 spot goes to the Zoals. So the reason why Zoals are our number 1 spot, right? So first let's take a look at the lighting and the flow requirement. So Zoals do prefer medium to high light, and for flow wise, right, medium to high as well. So the reason why Zoals are number 1 in our list is because for so many years, Zoals has always been a top corals for any type of hobbies. Regardless if you are a beginner hobbyist or even an expert and advanced hobbyist, right, Zoals are by far one of those corals that in every hobbyist tank, every reefers display will have some of them in it. So the reason why every single year we do see new types of Zoals coming up into the market, these guys recently, for the past 10-20 years, right, has been out in all different types of color combination that you guys can ever dream of. And even every year ahead, right, we do still see new types of Zoals appearing in the hobby market. So Zoals are softies. These guys are pretty easy to take care of, and they do grow pretty quickly in any type of tank. So once they get very stable in your tank, these guys tend to populate very quickly. And because these guys comes in so many different colors and varieties, right, they do add a lot of splash into your display. So this is why these guys are number 1 in our list. Come to the end of our 2020 top 5 beginner coral video. So if you guys enjoyed this clip on the top 5 beginner coral videos, right, do leave a comment below, share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. For the next first part of this year, right, we will be doing a couple more different videos in terms of the top 5 SPS, top 5 LPS, top 5 softy corals, and even top 5 inverts, top 5 beginner fish in the near future ahead. So a big thanks to Supreme Corals for all these amazing footages that we have been taken for this video. So if you guys are interested in any of the corals that you've seen in the video, do drop by to their store, and it's always available there. And there's a lot more that is not being captured in this video footage. So if you guys, as usual, been supporting on the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys soon next week.